Hello fellow witches and wizards, my name is Phoenix Ginny and welcome to something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing my special annual Halloween video, and this year I'm going to play a game, but it's going to be a different kind of game. I'd like to introduce you to this really cool game that I found called Final Girl. Now, if you've never heard of this, that is totally okay, because I haven't either. I didn't even know anything like this could exist, but I am so excited. I found it on my seasonal trip to Barnes & Noble. I was just looking at all their Halloween stuff they've got near the front, and I looked at this, and I was like, what is this? And you know what it is? It is a single-player board game. I'm already sold, because I love board games, and I don't have friends. So, it's perfect for me. I didn't know such a thing could exist. But basically what it is, it's a single player board game, and what you do is you play as the final girl in a horror movie. You've got a villain, and you've got weapons you gotta find, and you gotta escape, and you gotta attack, and basically you have to survive the night. And there's all kinds of rules and all kinds of things you can do, and I'll get into that. I'll show you how to play. I'll try to break it down as concisely as possible, because there's a lot to it, and it can take a long time to play if you don't know how to play, and honestly it takes a long time to play even if you do know how to play. But I have played 3 times already and lost twice, because the odds are highly skewed in the villain's favor. But basically, I have the starter set, which is you have, you have the core box here, but it has to come with a feature film. You can buy these separately, but you can't have one without the other. You need the core box, which I got with the starter set, and you need a feature film, and they have, I don't know, like 8 or 9 of these out, I think. They have all kinds of different ones. This is the one that came with the starter set, and I would love to get more and try more because it is a lot of fun. So I am going to read to you some of the introductory stuff to show you kind of what the story is like. That is why I am playing this game, because on my channel I highly value storytelling. And so I'll share with you kind of what the premise of the game is. And then I'm going to set up the board. I'm going to teach you a little bit how to play, but I'm also going to teach you how it goes as we play. Got the rule book here. Okay. Something terrible is happening. People are dying. Everyone is panicking. You try to find something, anything, to use as a weapon. A scared teenager is nearby, pleading with you to help them escape. Then, suddenly, you hear a noise. You look around trying to see who or what is there, but it's so dark. Without warning, the killer appears and decapitates the teenager, whose wide-eyed head rolls and stops at your feet. The killer points at you without saying a word before turning to find another victim. You run the other way, escape your only thought, the screams of the dying ringing in your ears. Carnage and death surround you, and your only escape route is blocked. It is then that you realize there's only one reality: kill or be killed. Everyone else is dead. You are the final girl. Ooh, I love it. Not only do I love good storytelling, but I also love a good horror story. So this immediately, it's up my alley. Why Final Girl? Whether it's a young babysitter fending off a Sam Hain slasher, a crewman trying to survive an alien threat, or even a woman evading the killer of her nightmares, the final girl trope is rooted in the very fiber of horror. The term, coined by Carol J. Clover, has seen an abundance of iterations, many of which you will find in this game. The trope calls for a female protagonist making a stand against all odds, typically as the last survivor of her formerly merry band of misfits, and ultimately reclaiming her power by transforming from helpless victim into the final girl. So cool. And they've got they've got other feature films, and I think there's even more than that. There's a whole rule book. I've read the whole rule book. Like I said, I played this game 3 times already. So let me tell you the feature film that we're doing. This is the one that came with the starter set, and it is Camp Happy Trails. Sort of like a... I was gonna compare it to The Quarry, but that's not quite right because the villain isn't quite the same. But it's more like Cabin in the Woods, you know, that typical situation. But I'll tell you about Camp Happy Trails. Welcome to Camp Happy Trails, home to teenage love, unforgettable friendships, and idyllic summer memories. Go fishing on the lake, get some archery practice at the range, listen to ghost stories around the fire pit, or sneak off to Makeout Point. Life is always an adventure at Camp Happy Trails. Wait a second, is that screaming I hear in the distance? Oh, fiddlesticks, those spooky stories must be getting to me. I'm sure it's just screams of joy from the other campers. Hot dog, summers at Camp Happy Trails really are to die for. It's great writing and really great art as well. They did a really good job. This was Kickstarter funded, by the way. Where does it say that? It says that somewhere. I think it was Was it Kickstarter? Is that where you do that sort of thing? Oh, you know what? I think it was on the box that these were in. I broke the box, so. But I think it was like one of the fastest or best funded single player board game ever made, I think. I might be remembering that incorrectly. Not sponsored, by the way. I'm not sponsored to do this. I just wanted to do this because it's fun. Also, who in their right mind would sponsor me? Okay. So, that is Camp Happy Trails. So let me introduce you to our villain, Hans the Butcher. They say he wears a worn butcher smock stained dark with blood. His sledgehammer, which he drags behind him, supposedly weighs over 50 pounds and could crush an elephant's skull. He's over 7 feet tall and his eyes glow a bright scarlet. But the worst part is the iron mask he wears, fashioned to look like a pig, and the wet crunching sounds that can be heard beneath it. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the board, and then I will come back and I'll explain what I have set up for you. Okay. Alright, so we've got the board set up here. And I know what you're thinking. It's a lot. And you're right. There's a lot of moving pieces to this. Okay, so first I'll go around the board and I'll explain kind of sort of what things are. First, here is my character. So this is my character. She is Lori. I gotta figure out where my camera is. And she, there's actually 2 characters you can play. And, she is the second character, because the other character, I've beaten the game as the other character, Raiko, I believe her name is, but she's a lot easier to play as, because she has, she starts out with 6 health instead of 5. So I have yet to beat the game as Lori, and when you first beat the game as a particular character, you get a special surprise in this hidden envelope. I have not been able to open it yet because I've never beaten the game as Lori, so I'm hoping that that today I will be able to beat the game as Lori, and I'll be able to show you what's in there. I don't even know what's in there. I have a guess of what's in there, but I don't actually know. So this is my character card. This tells me how much health she can start out with, which I have lined up right here. And it also shows you what she can earn by saving victims. I can place a victim that she has successfully gotten out of the camp, place it on there, and that's the particular reward that she gets for doing that. And if you rescue 3 victims, or not 3, 6, if you rescue all 6 on the card, then you can flip it over and she has like a special added ability on the backside. I have yet to actually do that. It's actually really hard to rescue victims on top of everything else you're trying to do. This is the final girl board. This board you get with this is part of the core box. This goes with every game. So it gives you instructions on the different steps that you go through. I'll show you how to go through every round. This it's a short recap of what each round does. This is where my character's health is. She gets 4 heart tokens. And this final token here is special. You have to randomly draw it. I don't know what's on the back side, but what it does is when you get to the last health and you're about to die, you can flip it to see if you get an extra life or not. Because traditionally in horror movies, sometimes you think the villain is dead, and he's not. Sometimes you think the main character is dead, and they're not. So it's very possible that there's nothing on the back and my character is just dead, or it could have 3 hearts on there, which means I get to add 2 extra tokens and you get, 1 extra life addition to that. And you can get to keep playing. Hans, the villain, has that as well. This is Hans's horror meter character. Horror level, all this is this tells you how many dice, the number of dice you're allowed to roll, that determines your success of a particular action, which I'll explain more when we get there. But you want as many dice as possible because it increases your odds of success. Over time in the game, he goes up, and it lessens how many dice you're allowed to roll. This is your time, how much time you have. Time works in this game like money. You use time to purchase different actions that you can do. More valuable time, more valuable actions require more time, and you can even sell time to buy particular actions, or you can add time and subtract time depending on what actions you do, because actions cost time, and again, we will go over that when we get there. This is the space where the dead victims go. Every time he kills a victim, you put the victim here. You don't win or lose the game depending on how many victims survive. That's just kind of a consequence of the game. If somebody dies, it doesn't mean you lose or anything like that. And we've got my character's backpack. You can have inventory in this game. You can have something in your hand, and you can have things in your backpack. Items that are required to be in your hand in order to use them will have a specific icon, and you can put it here. Other items you can put here to use later when you can use them. Okay, and we have Hans's board here. It tells you where he starts on the horror meter. He starts at 4, and it tells you how many health tokens he gets. He gets 12. Yeah, he gets 12. Like I said, the game is skewed heavily in the villain's favor, which I guess is realistic if you're thinking about the horror scenario, but it's supremely unfair and really hard to win. So yeah, he gets that. He also gets a climax card. So when you run out of terror cards, that's the card you flip, and that's the action that happens every time the villain gets to do his turn. This is a dark power, which you flip when you get to this point. Oh, speaking of which, I need something here. We need this token here. Which is a special ability that he gets halfway through the game. This tells you how more villainy he gets throughout the course of the game. As you go up, and I'll show you how that works, he'll go further in the horror meter. How much damage he can do to you goes up if he hits you, and how many spaces he can move per action. And this is called his bloodlust meter. As it goes up, that tells you how much damage he can do, essentially. And if you get all the way up to this point before you kill him, he starts recovering health in that garbage. It's awful. It's truly awful. And then up here we've got minor dark powers, and those are special cards you can pull in the terror deck. So he can get extra abilities. But those ones are temporary, and they have additional health tokens. But if you're able to do damage on him and get the health tokens off, you can remove those. Those don't have to be in every game. We might not even get those cards. They might not even be in the deck, because this isn't the whole deck. This is only 10 cards. The villain gets 10 moves. before the climax is kicked in. So here we have our location. This is the Happy Trails map. So both of these boards come with the feature film. This isn't the core box. This is whatever feature film you have. So the location and villain and main character can change depending on what feature film you're playing, but you can exchange them. If you want to play with Hans in a different location and you have that different location, you can do that. That goes, I think, for the main character as well, which is kind of cool. You can mix and match and all that. So this is Camp Happy Trails. I have 3 locations where I can gather items. We have the cabins, which is here. We have the dock, which is here. And we have the utility shed, which is here. And you know they have items because they're outlined in orange. And they have a little wrench icon. And so my items are up here. The top ones you can see. And so if you see that you want one of them, you can go to one of these locations, and if you play a search card, you can grab that item. And also depending on the success of the dice, but I'll show you when we get there. You can take that card and put it in your backpack, or, well, yes, you can take it, use it, put it in your backpack, whatever is required, but then the item beneath it is flipped over. You don't know what it is. So you could go to that location and try to find an item, but it's a gamble as to what it is. So this card, there is a whole deck of them, and you randomly pick one, and it shows you how to start the board. So this particular one is called Capture the Flag, this particular setup. So the setup is different every time, where the victims are, where the killer is, where you are, etc. And so that's the particular one that I have, and I've already set it up for you. And then here are your event cards. There's special events for particular locations. This is obviously the Camp Happy Trails events. And you can draw an event card depending on if a tarot card tells you to do so, and it can be random events that happen during the course of the game. Some of them you discard right away, some of them happen over time. This one is one that happens over time. This is the one that I rolled for the start of the game. And it says, girlfriend. It says, she's cute, funny, and the biggest badass I've ever known. The victim closest to you is now your girlfriend. The victim closest to me was this one, and that's why this one is white instead of yellow. Just to mark that that one is my girlfriend. The victim closest to you is now your girlfriend. She will follow you into the killer's space. So whenever... So if I go over here and pick her up, she will follow me. And normally victims won't follow you if you go into the space where the killer is. She will. Her rules are different. While she is in your space, you get to roll an extra set of dice. So I get a bonus if I take her with me. If I go into her space and take her with me, I get an extra dice, which is a huge, huge perk. Because it increases my ability. It increases the likelihood that I will succeed in my endeavors. For each horror roll. If the girlfriend dies while in your space, now you see there's got, my camera, where's my camera? Right there. So it has those, horror icons. Those are the horror mask icons. And what they mean is that's how many levels the villain gets to go up in horror level. So right here, it's 5. So he gets to go up 5 spaces, which is absolute garbage. And I hope that never happens. So I need to make sure that whatever happens, my girlfriend doesn't die, because that would be awful. Okay, and if she dies, I can obviously discard this, and it no longer is in play. These are the horror. These are the terror cards. This is what the villain does to me, or the camp, or other victims, or whatever. That's his turn, basically, is I flip it over, and I get to determine what he does. Well, I don't, but the card tells me what he does. These are, and like I said, there's only 10 of them. I shuffled them randomly. Sometimes they have things that benefit me, but not typically. And when you run out, you get to go to the climax, and the climax becomes your tarot card. Okay, and these are the action cards. These are the different things I can do depending on how much time I have. I can do a distraction, I can do a furious strike, a critical blow, I can take a long rest and get some more health, I can do a search. These all cost time. These ones don't. This pile is free, and I can have as many of these I want and use as many as I want as long as I'm able to do so, and as long as they are available, because you do have to discard cards once you use them in a particular round, and again, I'll show you how that works. This is just extra stuff. Sometimes extra victims are added, extra health. These are my dice, and there's other tokens that are involved in special events or whatever, and I'll let you know how to use them when we get there. Okay, so now, how do you play? So basically, you go through these 5 steps, and 2 of them you sometimes you don't go through certain steps at all, and we'll go through it. I will show you how that works. Okay, so the first one is an action phase, so you're going to play action cards. So I'm going to play whatever cards I have in my hand, and I'll show you how that works. And then 2, planning phase, purchase action cards. So I can use my action cards and discard them, and then whatever is left with whatever time I have left, I can purchase other cards for the next turn. And then I reset the time to 6 at the end of that, and I return this deck, whatever I played, to this so I can use it in the round after. And then 3, the killer phase, that's when the killer makes his move. I will turn a terror card. Well, he'll do this section first. This is the killer action. That's what he does every turn at the beginning of his turn, right there. We'll do that, and I'll explain what those symbols mean when we get there. And then we'll draw a terror card. That's an additional thing that he's going to do. And then 4, the panic phase, which is basically just what happens because of whatever Hans has done. If he's killed somebody, then in an area where there's other victims, the victims have to scatter, so they're not staying in that location, because in real life they wouldn't stay where the killer is, presumably. And then 5, the upkeep phase, that's where I can reveal the finale card if there's no more terror cards, and I can rearrange my items. For instance, if I have two items, and both of them require to be in my hands to use them, I can store one in my backpack and put one here. But if it turns out I want to use the ones in my backpack, I can't use it in that round until I get to the upkeep phase, and then I can switch them and use them in the next round. But usually these 2 phases, you don't actually have to do them. You're going to do these phases most often over and over and over. Okay, so let us start. So first we're going to do the action phase. Now, I don't have any cards in my deck, and I can't purchase any cards in my deck. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use the freed ones. And I can use the free ones, I can use all of them. I can take all of them and put them all in my deck because they're free. Okay. And so I get to choose what I do with whatever these actions are. Okay, so based on my experience on playing this game, my tip is you want to, 2 things. Number 1, you want to get a weapon as soon as possible. Get a weapon as quickly as you can. Preferably, I mean, I've had the best luck with melee weapons. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, there's a special word for it. The melee weapons, like a knife. I get very stabby, and it's very fun. Basically, if you have a melee weapon, you can combine it with like a Furious Strike, and then you can get extra damage, and it's just way more effective in my experience. But whatever the case is, get a weapon as soon as you can, and do damage to Hans as soon and as much as you can, because he's got 12, and it's only going to get worse as the game goes. So find him and kill him. Don't worry about victims as much, although if you can save victims, do, because there's benefits, as I explained. But the goal is kill him. Kill him as quickly as you can before he gets more powerful. Okay, so, what I want to do is I want to go to the cabins, I think. I don't really want any of the items that are there, but I need an item. Let me see. I don't know what the map does. I don't know. I really, honestly, like, I feel bad, but I honestly don't care. I just want a weapon. I don't know what this does. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go to the cabins because the cabins are closest to... Actually, I just realized the cabins aren't closest to me. I can't just go here because I'm at Makeout Point and there's no path here. It means I have to go around. So the utility shed is actually the closest. The utility shed has a bear trap, which could potentially be useful. I've never used it. I would just rather have a knife or a baseball bat, please. I would much rather just have that. That would be way more effective for me. But basically what I'm saying is I want to move. But also pro tip. So my tips are get a weapon as fast as you can. My other pro tip is do damage to the villain as much and as soon as you can. My also tip is to keep horror down as much as you can, because as much as you can keep this here, it raises your chances of being successful in whatever action you choose to do. Okay? So, what I might do is I might start with... First of all, there's things that I don't need. Short rest, don't need it. So what I can do is I can discard it. I can discard it and get more time. You can do that. That's a rule in the game, that you can discard certain actions and get more time. I don't need that. A weak attack. I'm pretty far away from the killer, and I can't do damage to him right now anyway. And I don't plan on doing it in the future, so I can also do that. A focus and a walk would be really good. I'm going to start with focus. And the reason why I'm going to start with focus is because if I can get the horror level down, I can get 3 dice instead of just 2. So, what I'm going to do is focus. Now, because of where his horror level is, I can roll 2 dice. So I'm going to grab 2 dice. And what I'm going to do is, as you can see, there's no room to actually roll the dice. So what I like to do is I like to take my lovely vanishing cabinet poster frame from the wall, and I'm gonna take 2 dice, and I'm gonna roll. All right. Oh yes! I've got 2 stars. Awesome. So, that means total success. That means I get to do this. That means... Where's my camera? That means I get to do the one in the green section, which means I get to... That symbol means I can lower the horror, which I can lower it down to a 3. And that means I gain 2 time. Awesome. So I'm already at a 10. That's awesome. I've never gotten that high before. Okay, cool. And that cost me no time, so I don't have to spend any time. So that action is done. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I could do another focus and try to get even further down, but I don't know if I'm that lucky, because it's an odds thing. Like, I could potentially... Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt that bad. I could try to do another focus. Maybe I'll save that. I'll save the focus. Let's do a walk. Let's do a walk. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a walk. Oh, and I forgot. These have special blurbs at the bottom. Okay, so first I did was focus, and it says, okay, think. I know what I have to do. It's scary, but I have to get over that and focus on my next move. That's also what I would do if I was actually in this situation. Okay, and then I'm gonna walk. And it says, 1 foot in front of the other, nice and slow. There is a bloodthirsty killer after me, but that's no reason to panic, right? Okay, so we're gonna walk. And I can do 2 dice. And so hopefully... Oops. Well, we got 1. Okay, so this symbol means potential partial success. That's what that symbol means. That symbol means what I can do is I can discard 2 action cards to turn it into a success. Or I can just keep the 1 star. I can discard these and make it a total success. Or I can keep it down at 1. Just move 1 space, or I can move 2 spaces. It might be beneficial to move 2 spaces. I could discard these and move 2 spaces, or I can try again with walk and potentially not move at all, or move but lose health, depending on which one I choose if I get the worst possible scenario. Let's not leave it up to chance. Let's go ahead and discard those to make it a full success. And I'm going to move 2 spaces. And it doesn't cost me anything, so I don't need to do anything about time. Except what it says here, which it says go down 1, so I'm going to go down 1. Perfect. Alright, and now that one is spent. Okay, so that is the action phase. So 2, planning phase, I get to purchase action cards in this section. So I can take my time, which is 9 hours, I'm assuming that's hours, and I can use that to purchase other cards here in the tableau. So let's go ahead and do search. Search is what we want. We want search. That's going to cost 2. I have 9, so that means I can do 2 search if I don't get a weapon. 2 searches might be good. Oh, a sprint would be good too, because I don't get to walk because all my walk has been discarded. So that's 4. None of these other ones are really all that necessary. This one might be more beneficial later on. These are also useful if you don't like the odds. Distraction. I don't know. That might be useful if I want to bring the horror down, because I don't have anything to move the horror down next round. And I've never used it, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight, 9. I think that's what I'll do. Alright, so I have 9, and we move it back to 6. And so this is what's in my hand right now. That's the actions I can do the next turn. And I can return these to the tableau. So we've got a free one. They're all free. They're all free. So they go back. There. Okay, now things get interesting. Now we're at the killer phase. So the killer action is shown right here, and that icon means victim or final girl, and that means damage. So he can do damage to either a victim or the final girl, whoever is closest. He is not where his current space is, there's nobody in it, so he can't do any damage right where he is. So we disregard that. What we're going to do is we're going to draw a tarot card. It says, run for your life. If there are no victims on the board, because that can happen, I guess, I've never encountered that, discard and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, all victims that are not in your space must panic. Oh man. Okay. All victims that are not in your space must panic. That means that where all the victims are right now, they have to move. And none of the victims are dead, so this is going to take a minute because I have a lot of victims. And there's more to the card, but we'll get to that once I finish this part. Okay, so... Alright, what it means for a victim to panic is it means they're going to move in a different direction depending on what you roll. So I'm going to roll a dice, and we're going to start... We'll start with this victim and go around. So this one can only move in this direction, but... Wait a minute. Wait. Wouldn't they have to move? There's only one way they can move. Three to 6. It means if they roll... I don't think there's any other... I think they can only move one way. So they would have to move that way. So I'm not going to worry about rolling for them. Rolling just determines which direction they go. There's only one direction that one can This one can either go that way or that way or that way. So I'm gonna roll dice here. Ugh, this is annoying. Probably gonna cut this. Okay, so I rolled a 4 for this one. And to better explain, it says 1 through 4 here on the board, which means because I rolled a 4, they move in this direction. If I rolled a 5 or a 6, because it's written here, it means they would move in this direction. So that means they're going to move in that direction. So that's all those victims. This one, 2. That means they're going to go this way. Oh shoot, they're in a... Does that mean they're... Can I rescue them? Does that mean that they get to leave? Because that's an exit. Also, what I will say is that sometimes the rules don't cover literally everything, and there's even a section of the rule book that says, hey, do what you want. If the rules don't say something specifically, just do whatever makes sense to you. I don't know. I moved that one there. No, I think they can only move. I think they can only move if I go there and tell them to go. I have to actually be in that space. Yeah, so I won't worry about that. Okay. Also, in those situations, there's a provision in the rules that say if you can't, if 2 actions are possible, choose the one that's either the worst outcome for you, the one that makes most sense, or the one that's the funniest. They have a special provision for that. Okay, so they're all moved. Now we can do the rest of the tarot card. It also has this icon here. It means the killer, wherever he is, he can attack the final girl or victim and do damage, which there's nobody in his square, so he can't do that one. So we're going to go to the next one. Kill a victim and, or no, a victim, and I can move. Not me, the killer. Huh. I misspoke. And that means towards a victim, is what that means. So, not necessarily towards me, just towards a victim. So, the closest location to a victim, he's going to move in that direction. And that movement, that means he can move. The boot means he can move. And because of where he is here, it means he can only move 1. So, he's only going to move 1 space. So... I'm thinking he should move towards me, even though he's going towards the victim. I say that because he has 2 options here, and I'm trying to figure out which option makes the most sense for him. I think this way is he'll get faster to me this way. And so that's the worst option for me, so I'm going to have him move in this direction towards this victim. But he can't do any damage because... that has passed. It just says he can move. It doesn't say he can do damage. So that one is done. Boom. Done. Alright, so the next one, panic phase. If a victim was killed in this turn, panic all the victims in the killer space. Nobody was killed, so we're not worried about that. Upkeep phase, reveal a finale. We can't. There's still tarot cards and rearrange items. I don't have any items, so we're not going to do that part either. And then we begin again. The action phase. I'm going to start with the distraction so that I can get better odds for the rest of what I want to do. So I'm going to spend 3 time and do a distraction. It says I need some sort of distraction to buy myself some time. And so I'm going to spend 3 time, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to roll 2 dice because that's where he is on the horror meter. I'm going to roll 2 dice to see how successful I am. Okay, so I can have a partial success. So I can either stick to this one, which is pretty good, or I can sell 2 of my cards and do this one, which I think I'm going to do, because then I can get in the 3 range, which is what we want. So I'm going to sell my close calls. And I'm going to turn show you. I'm going to turn this one into a complete success so that I get 2 stars. Which means I get to do this one, which means I get to move him down 2, and I get to add 2 time, and now I can roll 3 dice. Okay, so that one is spent. Okay, so now I'm going to sprint. I'm going to spend 2 there, and I'm going to roll 3 dice. Oh no! That's... no! That sucks! Oh no! Okay. Okay, I have no... I can't. There's nothing I can't fix that at all. You can only change the result if it's on this one, but it's at complete snake eyes. So, no. I've completely failed on the sprinting. So, according to this card, I have 2 options. I can either move up to 1 space and lose health and lose 2 time and my turn ends immediately, or I can lose health and lose time. Oh, that blows! Okay, health is really, really important. I might just... I could still... Well, I'm gonna lose health no matter what. I could still move 1 space. I'm not going to be able to search anyway, so my turn might as well end. So, we'll just do this one. I'm going to move 1 space. And what I can do is I can take these 2 victims with me. I can take up to... I can have 2 follow me. Up to 2 follow me. And, we'll just have to walk to the utility shed next time. And we'll lose 2 time. And that's it. That's all I can do. Then my turn has to end immediately. But I still have search in my hand, so I can keep that. Or I can sell it to gain time, but I'm not going to because I really want that card. Okay. Okay. Now I can buy time, even though I can't really. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I have to lose a health. That sucks. Okay. So I only have 1 hour, so I can't afford anything on here except the free stuff. So we're just gonna take the free stuff. So that's my new hand, and now I can put that back, and I can put the stuff back in the tableau for the next round. Okay, and now the killer is going to move. Okay, there is a victim in his space, so he's going to go ahead and do damage. All victims only have 1 damage, so they always die. So he killed somebody. Now, every time Hans kills somebody, his bloodlust goes up. And so nothing has really changed. He still can only move 1 and do only a damage of 2. But we don't want him to keep going in the bloodlust. So he's already done damage there. Alright, and now he gets to roll the terror card. He just keeps coming. And it means he can move towards victim or me, and he can move 1 space and do 1 damage. Which means he's going to move here because he's going to move towards the victim, and he's going to kill a victim. And because he killed somebody, his bloodlust gets to go up 1. Oh, also, I will say this symbol, I always forget about it. I just think it's decoration. It's not. It's actually telling you to move the horror up 1, is what that means. So, we also move the horror up 1. Also, we move it up 1 more because it tells us to in the bloodlust meter. That blows. This is essentially the game. It's really hard. It's really hard to win. I've only won once out of the 3 times, like I said, that I've played this. Okay. Okay. There's nobody to panic, so we're not worried about the panic phase. And there is nothing to upkeep, so I'm not worried about the upkeep phase. So now I can do another action phase. So, we're gonna walk, or are we gonna focus? Should we try focusing again? I mean, it doesn't really cost us anything. Ooh, a short rest might be nice. Let's do focus. Let's do focus first. Oh man, he's coming for me. He's coming. We're gonna start with focus. And because we're back in this section of the board, we can only roll 2 dice. Okay, I can move one of them to a partial if I sell 2 of my cards. I can sell a focus and a walk so that we can do a partial success. Okay, so I'll do a partial success, which means I can move the horror down 1, but I have to move time down 1. Alright, so that is done. I'm thinking we'll do a short rest. I'll see what happens if I do a short rest. Okay, I have a partial success. Do I want to sell 2 of them to make a full success? I don't. I want these. So, we'll do this one, the middle one, which means I get to gain my health back, but I lose some time. That's okay. Okay, that one spent. So now I'm gonna walk. Okay, we're gonna get to that utility shed. So I can find a weapon. Oh no. Ugh, that's so frustrating. Okay, so I can sell 2 of them. I can sell these 2 and walk and do a partial success, or I can fail completely, still move 1 space. I think I'm gonna do that. Like, I know I just got that health, but it still benefits me, and I really, really, really need a weapon. So we're gonna go ahead and move 1 space. We're gonna move to the utility shed. I'm gonna lose 1 health, and I lose 2 time. How much time do I need? Oh, perfect. I have just enough time to do the search card. Okay, so that is done. And so now we're gonna search, and we're gonna sell 2 of our time. So we're on 0. And I'm going to roll to see. I really want 2 stars. God, please give me 2 stars so I can pick and not just take the bear trap. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Damn it. I can't. There's nothing I can do. I fail. Oh, I can still take the item. Okay. It says take. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting. They have little blurbs on them that I should read. Okay. Search. There's gotta be something useful in here. A weapon or something that can help me survive. Why is this happening to me? How could this happen to me? That's really how it feels. Okay. So according to this, I can take the top item card at your space, go up 2 levels of horror and lose 2 time, or I can just go 1 level of horror and use 2 time. I'm gonna take the item, I think. That really sucks, but I think I'm gonna take the bear trap. I'm gonna take the bear trap. And let me, this is the bear trap. It's kind of hard to see, it's kind of bright. Okay, and I will read it to you. Bear trap. Anybody who steps on this is gonna have a really, really, really bad day. Spend 2 time to place the bear trap token in your space. Not the lake, because obviously that wouldn't make any sense. Discard this card. If the killer enters the space of the bear trap, discard the token and immediately end the killer phase. The killer receives 2 damage. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Can I use this now? No, I don't have any time to spend. So I'll go ahead and put it in my backpack, and I'll see about using it next round. But that's really good. That's actually really sweet. Okay. Alright, that's not what I wanted, but I can stay where I am and look for another item with another search card. So that's good. Okay, so search done. And my turn is over. I can't use this because he's not in my space. I can only use it if he's in my space. And he's not. So my turn is over. So now what I can do is I can take my time, which I don't have any, and purchase more cards. I don't have any cards to purchase, so I can't do anything about that. So I'm going to move that back to the 6. You always restart with 6. And I'm going to move these back into the tableau for the next round. Okay, and now the killer. There's nobody in his space. There's nobody in his space, so he can't harm anybody right off the bat. Alright, terror card. He just keeps coming. Okay. Oh, wait, I missed something. I forgot to do something. Hold on, 1 second. Which happens a lot. That's kind of what happens when you're playing by yourself and you have nobody to keep you accountable. I totally forgot that I needed to... Where was it? Move horror up twice. Because I failed in the search card. So, 1, 2. There we go. Okay. That's taken care of. Okay, so he just keeps coming. Okay, so that means the horror goes up 1. He can move 1 space towards victims or me and do damage. So he's going to kill somebody. Ah! He's going to kill this victim. Okay. He's going to go up 1 bloodlust. Nothing significant has happened quite yet, but we're not far away. That's everything, right? That's all that he was allowed to do. Okay. So now the panic phase. These 2 victims need to panic. So I'm going to have 1. Oh, I didn't have them moved to my utility shed. Well, that's my bad. Okay. I'm just not... Oh, wait. Sorry. I did that wrong. I was thinking I was rolling for me. Okay. Well, I rolled 2. Okay, so 1 and a 3. So the left one will go 1. The other one will go 3. 1 through... Oh, both of them are going to go in this direction here. Okay, good. Alright. And so that's that. And nothing for the upkeep phase. Back to the action phase. I only have 1. I only have 1 card. And I can't do anything with it. So, that's it for the action phase. Okay, and so now I will purchase. I have 6 time, so... I do have some time to spend. I can do the free stuff. Always grab the free stuff. And I also want a search. And he's coming right for me. And so, because he's coming right for me, I think I'm going to take one of these. The retaliate one is more valuable. So that's 4, 5, 6. I have 2 more left. Oh wait, I'm getting a search and a retaliate. So that'll do it. These blue ones, it's kind of hard to tell, but these ones are black. These ones here are blue because you can only use them in retaliation or against him in the middle of his phase. You can't use them in the planning phase. Yes. I want that one. Good. I didn't bother moving that, and there's nothing to put back in the tableau. So, the killer, now there's nobody in his space, so we can't kill anybody, so we're just going to move on to the terror card. He wants fresh blood. If there are no victims on the board, yeah, there are victims on the board. So he's going to go double what he can move towards a victim, not towards me, towards a victim. Even though I'm closer, he's going to go towards victims, not me. And he can do damage, so he's gonna kill. He can go double what he can already move. He can only move 1 space, which means he can move 2. So it doesn't matter. He's just gonna move 1, and he's gonna do 1 damage. So somebody is already dead. Again. Okay, and he can go up 1. He can go up 1 more on the horror meter, and now he does 3 damage. Okay. But that is the end of his turn. This victim here is gonna panic, so let me do that real quick. 5. So they're gonna go this way. All right. My turn. Okay. I'm gonna do the bear trap. I'm gonna spend 2 time and do the bear trap. And when you use the bear trap, you can... there's a token. Oh, you know what? It's not in here. There's a token for the bear trap. Bear trap. Alright, so there's a bear trap there. If he comes into my space, he gets knocked down 2 damage and his phase immediately ends. So we can go ahead and discard that now because I used it. Okay, and now I want to focus. Let's do focus first so that we can get this horror level down. Okay, I just gotta get really lucky. Oh, good. Okay, so I can move the horror down 1 and I can add 2 time. Awesome. That spent. Do we want to do another focus? Is it worth it? It might be. I'll go ahead and do another focus. Oh, yeah! That was 2 stars. We couldn't see. Alright, so we're gonna do another one this way, and 2 more times. Perfect. Okay. Let's do... short rest. So I can gain some health. Oops. Okay. I can gain health, but the horror has to go up and I lose a time in my... No, we're not going to do that. I can sell 2 of these. I can sell weak attack and walk and make one of them a partial success. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll sell 2 of those. And so I'll get a partial success, which means I do gain 1 health. But no, my time goes down. Alright, short rest, done. So now, I'm going to search, is what I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright, so I only got partial. So, or I didn't get anything, actually. I got nothing. Unless I sell these 2, which I can do. Which I might just do that. I'm going to sell these. That way, I can take the top item card at my space. Okay. So, I'm going to take the top item card at my space. Right here. Please let it be a weapon. Please let it be a weapon. Damn it. Okay, so we've got the lucky dice. My daddy had a pair of these. Said they brought him luck. Maybe they'll do the same for me. Discard to reroll any of your dice. That's such garbage. I don't want that. I want a weapon. Oh. Okay. Oh, and I gotta go move down too. Okay. So I take the top item card of your space. I go up 2. Jeez. And I lose 2. Okay. Alright. Well, that sucked. Alright. And that's everything I've got. Okay. Let's get a search. Let's get another search. Let's do that. We'll get another search and a close call. That's what I can afford. Okay. And we're going to move this back up. And then I'm going to put these back in the tableau. Okay, and now the terror phase. He can't harm anybody, so we're gonna do terror. He's just standing there. He goes up too! Oh no! Okay, so I've never had this happen, but what this happens is he's not actually here, he's actually here. That means not only can I only roll one die, but this has to go up, which is poop. And every time he keeps going that way, he can go up. So now his dark power is released. Woo! So we're gonna do his dark power. Feed. For every victim that Hans kills, he recovers health! That is such... Oh, no. I'm never gonna win. Okay. And now he can move 2 steps for every 1 step, and he does 3 damage. Oh, man, this is such garbage. Okay. Alright, so... it also says he can go towards me or a victim, which... he's gonna go towards that victim there. And he can move twice as much as he's allowed to, but it's not necessary because it's literally 1 step away. So, okay, so he's gonna move here, and no one else dies, and no one dies this round. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. So now we're back to the action phase. So I'm going to search. It's the only thing I can do. Okay, and I can only roll 1 dice, so the best I can do is a 1 star. Hopefully, please God, let it be a weapon! Alright, so I gotta put 1 back. I can only roll a 1. Partial. Okay, but I also have the close call card. Okay, and it says play after any horror rule to reroll any 1 die or roll all dice for 2 and spend 2 time. Oh. By the way, I gotta move this down too, because I'm spending my search card. Okay, so I can re-roll. Because there's only 1 die, I'm gonna count it as the re-roll only 1 die. Please God, please God, please God. Oh, it's a star, it's a star. I'm counting it, it's a star. Okay. Okay, so this costs 1 time, by the way. So that has been spent. And we can do take top item card at your space and go down 1 time. So we're gonna go down 1. That is spent. Please let it be a weapon. Please let it be a weapon. Please let it be a weapon. What is this? Mysterious pills? No telling what the hell these are, but I am out of options. Down the hatch and fingers crossed. That's so stupid. Don't ever do this in real life. Discard this during the action phase and choose one of the following. Move down 1 horror or up to health. So the thing about health is you can never have more health than you started with. So the health actually doesn't help me. Oh, I had lucky dice too that I could have used. Anyway. We'll just hang on to this. But I really could use bringing the horror level down. I can't use it right now. Can I use it right now? Actually, I'm still in the action phase, aren't I? I could. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and use it. Unless, should I keep it for health? You know what? I'll keep it for health. Health is a little harder to come by than moving the horror level back down. It doesn't help me all that much. So, we'll keep it until I really need it. And there's no limit to how much you can have in your backpack. So, there. Okay, so that wasn't super helpful, but that's all we got. Okay, so, what's next? His turn. Right? Oh, no. I can purchase cards with my tool. Search. I want search. That's what I want. I'm gonna get all the items in this utility shed until I get a weapon. Okay. So, now we can return this to 6, and I can return these to my tableau. All right, and now it's the killer phase. He does have a victim in his space, so he's going to kill this victim. And that's another one. Okay. And his bloodlust goes up 1. Nothing extra required for that. Nobody. Okay, and now we gotta do terror, fortunately. Take souvenirs. Oh my gosh. There are no victims on the board. Oh, don't care about that. There are victims on the board. Okay, so he's gonna move towards the next victim, not me. Double and killed double. For each victim killed during the killer phase, +1 bloodlust. Okay, well at least he can't recover any health because I haven't damaged him at all. Okay. Alright, so he can go double what he can already go. He can already go 2 spaces. 1, 2. So he can go 4. So he's gonna go to the cabin. No. Oh no. My girlfriend, no. Oh no. Well, I mean, honestly, that wouldn't do. I can't do any worse. I can't do any worse. So, I mean. But we're not gonna go with that one first. So he's gonna go here, and he's gonna kill 2 victims. Jeez, this is just garbage. This is straight up poop. Okay. 2 bloodlust. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay. Okay. For each victim, +1. Wait. I did 2 already. Doesn't he get an additional bloodlust for each one? I think he does. Which is awful. I can't get any worse. It just can't. So it is what it is. Alright, so that's done. Oh, my girlfriend can panic. Yes. Get out of there, girl. Get out of there. Okay, so which way is she gonna go? 6. She's gonna go this way. Perfect. Okay. I don't know how that's perfect, but whatever. It's not perfect. It's actually horrible. Everything is horrible. Okay. Probably gonna lose at this point. That's just the reality of it. My turn. I have nothing, right? Oh, yeah, I spent this. Or did I get this? No, I got this. This is mine. Okay. We're gonna try and search for that last, I think that's the last item. Okay, but I also have lucky dice, so is it starting to that's pretty good. But I have the lucky dice, so I can use the lucky dice to re-roll any of my dice. So you go ahead and discard that. I'm going to re-roll this, and please, God, don't let it be wasted. Oh, okay. Whew. That was a star. So, take the top item card at your space, and we go down 1. And we're going to go down 2 more, because this action cost 2. So please let it be a weapon. Yes! It's a knife! Oh, my knife! My beautiful knife! Okay, it says, great for whittling, also great for stabbing maniacs. Oh, yes, I'm going to put that baby in my hand. Alright, so this means, okay, so we've got some symbols on here. Okay, so the 0 in the corner means you have to be in the same space. It's not a ranged weapon, it's a melee weapon, so you have to be in the same vicinity as him to use it. And then the damage symbol, that means I get 1 extra damage every time I do damage to him. And this means it has to be in my hand. It can't be in my backpack to use it. It has to be in my hand, which makes complete sense. Okay. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight now, big boy. Okay, so. Good. Awesome. Spent. There's nothing more I can do. So now I'm going to purchase. So we have 3. I'm not going to search anymore. I'm going to be on the move. I'm going to be on the move, and I'm going to be attacking. That's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and get Well, I'm going to be getting a walk. I have a feeling that he's going to start coming for me. Now that he can move so many steps. Oh, he's going for... He might not go for me. He might be going for her. Oh, should I do a guard or a sprint is the question. Let's do a sprint. Let's do a sprint. We'll do a sprint. That's what we'll do. Okay. That's all I can afford. Oh, no. I can afford one of these too. And then we're also going to get the free ones. And we're going to move this back. And I'm going to move this back to my tableau. Okay. Now the terror phase. There's nobody in his... There's nobody in the cabins, so he can't hurt anybody. So we're going to go to terror. Horrific hammer rush. If there are no... there are. He's going to go towards a victim. Double kill. So guess what? My girlfriend just died. Which, that's okay. It couldn't get much worse anyway. So my girlfriend is dead. And it... Yeah, there's nothing more I can do about that. And we just discarded the event card. For each victim killed during this attack, it's already as far as it can go. It's already as far as it can go, and he can't recover any health. It can't get any worse. It literally can't get any worse. So, that's it. That's everything. Okay, so, I'm wondering... Oh, I kind of want him to come towards me because of the bear trap, to be honest with you. I mean... We could do that. I could wait for him to come to me. At this point, that might actually be more beneficial if he comes to me. I just realized. But anyway, nobody to panic, nothing to upkeep. So back to the action phase. I could sprint, or I could wait for him to come to me. You know, I don't have to necessarily do anything. What I could do... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna focus. I'm just gonna focus right now. That's what I'm gonna do right now. And I'm gonna wait for him to come to me. Come and get me. Okay. So let's focus. I can only roll one dice. Yes! It's a star. Perfect. Okay. So that means I can move the horror level down 1, which doesn't help me at all, but it's still a step in the right direction, and we're going to lose 1 time. Okay, that's spent. We're going to do another focus. Partial. So I can sell 2 of my cards, which I'll sell a walk, or I can do a close call. Which I think I'll do a close call first. We can do a close call. I can spend 1, and I can re-roll that. Actually, you know what? It probably would have been better to save that, but... Okay, so I literally have to... Okay. Alright, so we're gonna sell... Let's sell... the walk, and I guess I could sell the sprint or the short rest. We'll sell the short rest to make that a partial success. We're gonna move that back down and move time back down 1. Okay, good. All right. Do I want to keep these or do I want to sell them for more time? I could sell them for more time. I could get the Furious Strike. I could sell all 3 of them and get the Critical Blow. I actually might want the Retaliate card and the Guard card, because he's gonna come for me. If I sell all 3, I would get 6, and I can get the Critical Blow, Furious Strike, or Retaliate, or I could get, or I could sell, I could get How about we just sell... I could sell 2 of them. Keep the weak attack. Just so that I have it. Although I want him to come to me, so it's not really that useful. I could sell all 3 of them. I can sell all 3 of them. And I can get the retaliate and the guard. Or I can't use them though. I won't have anything to do in the action phase though. Ooh, I could do the planning. I could keep... I'd have to move though. I want him to come to me. Because I want him to have the bear trap. We could do the retaliate and the guard. And I just won't do anything. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Okay. Alright, so I spent all of my... I gained time and spent time. I didn't show that here. So I sold 3 of my cards, so I would have gone up 3. And so now I have 6 time, and then I used that 6 time to buy guard, retaliate and guard, which is 4 and 2, which is 6. So then I spent all of it, and then you would move it all the way to 0. I didn't do it, because I know in my head that's what I did. Okay. Next section of, next step. We already purchased, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'll move this back to 6, and I will put these back in the tableau. Alright, it's Hans's turn. Okay, nobody to kill, so on to the terror phase. He just standing there. Oh, come on, man. Alright, so he can move double what he can already move. He can already move 3 steps at a time, so he can move 6 at a time. And he's going to go towards either a victim or me, so he's going to go towards me. But he can't attack me, which means I can't attack him, which is kind of garbage. But if I had my weak attack, I could, but I sold it, so I don't have it. Shoot. Okay, I was really banking on that. Anyway, shoot. Okay, so he can move 6 spaces, so he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4. Bink! And he's also in the bear trap. And again, the bear trap says I can spend 2 time to place the bear trap. I already did that. If the killer enters the space of the bear trap, discard the token and immediately ends the killer phase. I mean, there's nothing more he can do anyway. Okay, so he receives 2 damage. Awesome. Because he got caught in the bear trap, he loses 2 damage. Which, I'd love for more. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him, I promise. We'll get him, I promise. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't make promises I can't keep. So, no panicking, no upkeep. Planning phase, which I can't do anything in the planning phase. So, the action phase, I mean. So now we're in the planning phase. So now I have 6 time, so I didn't do anything. So I'm going to purchase some cards. I got the free ones. I have a 6. Should we go for the critical blow? Should I do an improvise? Because that's gonna help. That might help too. 3. No, because then I wouldn't have enough for any of the other ones that are more valuable. Oh, you know what? Distraction would be good too. Let's do Furious Strike for 5 and 6. Let's do that. Yes. That sounds good. Let's do that. Good. And now the killer phase again. He's going to do damage to me because we are in the same space. So, he can do 5 damage to me. Oh no! I would probably be dead because 5 is the amount of health I can have at maximum. But what he doesn't know is that I have the retaliate card. Oh, I also have the guard card too. Oh, yes. Good job, past me. Okay, so I can retaliate. I can only roll 1 dice. However, so I can only reduce attack. But yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll, and I'll show you what happens. Okay, so I can only roll 1, so please God, let me get lucky. Please God, please God, please God, please God, please God. Okay, alright, we got partial success, so I can sell, or I can use one of these to re-roll, or I can sell 2 of these. Let's go ahead and sell 2 of these. 2 that I don't need. I don't need walk. I don't need either of the walks. So I'll sell 2 of these to make a partial success. So I'm going to reduce my damage attack by 2, is what it says. And retaliate. I'll read that. I'm not scared anymore. The next time it attacks, I'll be ready. I'm going to kill that godforsaken thing. Oh, and it costs 4 time as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, so I can reduce my damage attack by 2. So he attacks by 5, obnoxiously. So now he only attacks by 3. So that's 3 of my health gone. But I also attack. So it says 1, but I actually can do a double attack because I have the knife. So he loses 2 health. Good. Alright. Alright. Let's get him. Ah! Okay, but this is spent. Okay. And I believe the killing phase is... No, the killing phase isn't done. He also has a terror card. Ooh. Maybe things are starting to go our way. Draw the top card of any item deck. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what we got. So we've got the map and the flashlight. Okay, so I'll read both of them to you. Map. If I'm going to survive the night, I need to know the lay of the land. Discard during the action phase, and then for each deck of item cards, do one of the following. If the top card is face down, reveal it. If the top card is face up, you may remove it from the game and reveal the next card. And flashlight. Mom always said this would scare away the monsters under my bed. I hope she was right. Once per action phase, spend time to look at the top card of the terror deck. Leave it or place it at the bottom of the deck. Well, that would have been useful, like, at the beginning of the game. None of these are all that useful. I mean, I'm still in the utility shed, so this one's probably... The map is probably the most beneficial to me. So... Alright, I'll take the map, I guess. Sure. Okay. Whatever. Alright, what's next? That's it. That's all for the terror cards. Okay, so, planning phase. Panic phase. Nobody can panic. Upkeep phase. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have mysterious bills. I can do that. I'll do that the next. Okay, upkeep phase. We don't do that yet. Rearrange items. That's not necessary. Okay, are you ready? Yes. Action phase. I'm gonna start by consuming these mysterious pills, and I'm gonna get 2 extra health. Heck yeah! Look at me go. Okay, maybe I'll use the map too. For each deck items, I can just reveal it. I wouldn't get it. I can just reveal it. I don't know, whatever. Trash can lid, whatever. I don't think I'll be using that. If it's face up, you can remove it from the game and reveal the next card. Okay, I'll remove that because I don't need it. And I can reveal the next one. First aid. Well, that's kind of useful, but I don't think I want to go all the way to the docks to get it. Oh well, that's what we got. Okay. I just thought I'd see what you know, what it does. Whatever. I thought I'd just use it, whether it's actually useful to me or not. Okay. Okay. And now, the action phase. Oh, hold on. I only have 2. I only have 2 time. No. I need more time. I can't do the Furious Strike. Okay. I can't do, like... well, let's do the free stuff. Let's do the free stuff first. The free stuff... Focus, short rest. I can do... let's do focus first. We'll do focus first. I can only roll 1. So it's not... so it's actually not... that might not actually be the best thing for me then. Let me see. Because it's still going to cost time. And I want... oh, the weak attack is free. Oh, okay. Because I was going to do the weak attack, is what I was planning on doing. Okay. Alright. Well, let's do a focus. And see if I can bring the horror level down at all. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to move the horror down 1. And move time down 1. That is spent. Okay. Do we want to do another focus? We could, because the weak attack is free. Let's do another focus. Goose egg. Great. Okay, so then I lose 2 time. Which I'm out. I'm straight flat out of time. Unless... hold on, wait a minute. I do have the close call, don't I? I do. I can spend 1 time to do the close call. And try again. Still goose egg. Okay. Do I have another close call? I do. I can do another close call and try again. Yeah, none of what I was gonna do that I could do cost anything, so. Alright. Won't be able to buy anything, but I already have in my hand what I want, really. Okay. We'll try again. Okay, that's better. It's a star. Okay, so we're gonna go down 1. Perfect. Okay, what's next? We could do short rest and weak attack. Which one should we do first? Let's do the weak attack first. Let's do the weak attack first, okay? Okay. So let's do it. And now I can add a dice. Because we moved the horror level down 1. Okay, come on. Come on. I'm counting that. That's star. That's star. I'm counting that. Star. Okay. So I can do damage. I do lose 1 health. But I do double damage, because remember, I have the knife, so I can add damage to him. So, oh, we're getting it. I'm coming for ya. I'm coming for ya. I'm getting ya. I'm getting stabby. Okay, awesome. Yes, perfect. Okay, and now I want to do a short rest to add some health back. Okay, so, all right. We'll see if I count that or not. I count that. Okay. Oh, wait. It's partial, and I don't want to sell these. You know what? It's fine. I fail, but it's fine. I fail. So it means that I fail. I get the bottom one here. Which means I do gain 1 health, but he goes up 1 horror level. I lose time, which I don't have anymore, and my turn ends immediately, but I was going to end my turn anyway. Okay. Good. Perfect. Alright. So now I can purchase more cards, except I can't because I have no time left. So that's the end of that. And I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to put these back in the tableau. And now for the final killer phase, final normal killer phase, I should say. Okay, so he can do damage to me. He can do 5 damage to me, but I have a guard card. Whew, okay, so I can't ignore all damage, but I can reduce by 2. I have to get rid of 1. I can only have 1. So let's see if my guard card helps me out. Ugh. No, it doesn't. Reduce damage by 1. Okay. Alright. So, this could be the end. So, I can reduce damage by 1, which means 4, which is all the health I have. So, it also means I go down by 2. I don't want to forget that. Oh, and I'll read the guard. Oh, hell. It's going to attack. Dodge, deflect, or whatever I have to do to stay alive. And I don't think I read the guard one. Oh, it's the same. Oh, wait, that's the one. Never mind. I was thinking the retaliate one. And I did read that one. Anyway. Okay. So, this could be the beginning of the end. So this is what happens. I lose all my health here. But and I would technically lose this one, but I get to turn it over and see that if I get a second life. So, I'm going to say a little prayer. Jesus, please make sure I'm not dead. A +3 would be nice. And let's see what it is. No! No! Well, it looks like that's it, folks. Looks like that's the end of the game. I died. I didn't make it. I was really hoping to, because I really want to know what's in that envelope. But it looks like I am dead. Okay. So, yeah, that's the end of the game. That's all my health. I have no more health. I am dead. So, that is unfortunately the end of the game. We don't get to see what's in the envelope. If you're interested in seeing me play this again, please, leave a comment, leave a like, telling me what you thought. Telling me if you're interested in watching me play again. I think I was really screwed by the items. I think that if I found the knife sooner, I would have been able to go on the attack sooner, and I would have been able to do more damage sooner. But at the end of the day, it's really about luck with this game. The deck is stacked against me, unfortunately. The deck is stacked against me, unfortunately. But it does look like that is the end of the game. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize that the ending wasn't great. I was really hoping there, but that is not how things have gone this time around. And there was something I forgot to mention, too. We didn't even get to the end of the game. We died before that point. We didn't even get to flip over the climax card. We had one terror card left. But that's just the way it goes. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. It is a longer video, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below telling me what you thought of the game and the video, and let me know if you want to see another one. Please click the like button if you liked the video, click subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and turn on notifications by clicking the notification bell if you'd like to see the next time I upload. My socials are linked in the description. I have a TikTok, an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Patreon if you'd like to support what I do. Thank you so much to my patrons. You are truly, truly amazing. I'm so grateful to you. I'm also a writer. I enjoy storytelling, and I write short stories, and I leave them there on my Patreon page, and I have free stuff on there as well, so feel free to check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Halloween, and have a magical day.